What's up, everybody? Dead Girl here. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic week. We're almost to Friday. We're this close. First and foremost, before we get into our amazing guest this evening, I wanted to say a huge thank you and shout out to Midnight Syndicate for allowing us to use their music, in particular their song Born of the Night off of their Born of the Night album. The music was used with their permission, of course. All rights are reserved to Midnight Syndicate. Also, they have a brand new album that just came out. It's a mini album. It's called Bloodlines. Blood is Bloodlines. It is now available to purchase digitally, CD, however you want it. It's available at midnightsyndicate.com. Without further ado, let's get to that guest. Joining me this evening is the amazing, talented man behind Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. We have Mr. Zach Glaros.
What's going on, everybody? Good to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I know you're like in the middle of getting everything ready for the haunt this year, so I appreciate you taking the time and to come on and kind of chat with us tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We love being on the show.
Now, some folks may not be familiar with you or who you are, anything like that. So could you tell people a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Zach Glaros, like you said. We have been doing Sir Henry's Haunted Trail for 8 seasons now. We started back in 2014. I kind of I was born into this, I guess, you could say. My parents always went all out for celebrating holidays, whether it be Halloween or Christmas, and my birthday just happens to be 2 days before Halloween. So naturally, I guess I was kind of suckered into it all. So, when I was old enough, I started helping out more as the yard displays and started doing my own stuff and really understanding what it meant to love Halloween and horror. And so these displays grew and grew, and to a point there on, when I was in my early 20s, late teenagers years, we were doing several hundred people a night just on Halloween night.
Wow.
For trick-or-treaters and whatnot. And that's when me and my dad started thinking, maybe we could do this on a bigger scale. And so after I graduated college, we really talked about it and said, maybe we should try doing this on our family's property in Plant City. Okay. And thus, Sir Henry was born. That was in 2014. And every year since then, we've been plugging away to grow our event bigger and better than ever. And we put in a lot of work this season to make it just an over-the-top year for all of our guests.
Now, you guys have, 3 trails out there?
Yeah, so we have 3 trails, an escape beam and laser tag. But when we first started, we just have one pretty long trail, actually.
And then you guys were like, you know what, this isn't enough. We need to go bigger. We need to do something else. We need to do more.
It's always bigger and better, yep.
Well, that's kind of what leads us into most of our discussion tonight. You guys have been doing some major work out there. I know earlier this year you posted a video. You demoed one of the facades that has been there for as long as I've been going, and you're revamping that. You've revamped a couple of the other trails. Are you just looking? Are you glutton for punishment over there, or what?
Some people would say so. Yeah, the amount of work we take on and to make fresh new sets each and every year. But that's what we love. We never keep anything the same, even with our themes. It's all new, it's all fresh. But yeah, as you mentioned, we completely demolished our big mansion facade that had been here since 2016.
Wow.
So about 5 years, and I know some people were sad to see it go. But
I was one of them because it was a beautiful facade.
Yeah, I was actually kind of happy to see it go because we'll probably get to that later, but we built a new facade and we released the video for that last night. But it makes the second one look like, or the first one, I should say, a little dollhouse. So.
Oh, okay. Now
you're pretty excited about that.
It looks so pretty, and I do have a video. If you want, we can show that real quick before we get into the story and everything with it.
Yeah, sure. Let's see it.
Rock on. Let's pop that video up. Check this out, guys. It's amazing. That
It's
looks amazing.
it's pretty big.
It's so pretty. It's pretty. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's pretty. It's huge.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see it in person. It's
Yeah.
wow.
Definitely seeing it in person. The pictures and even the video doesn't do it justice to
Did it come
how
out?
massive.
Did it come out how you envisioned it?
Um, I think it came out maybe a little better. It was a process. It took probably over 2 months to build,
Wow.
over probably 350 man hours. It was a beast. It was very grueling. There's many times we wanted to quit and give up on it.
Yeah,
Um,
I could see that.
but we pushed through, and the end result is so it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So
It's beautiful. Now that particular trail, correct me if I'm wrong, that's where you guys are going to have Blood Masquerade, correct?
correct, yeah.
Yes. Now I've got the description here. I don't know if you want me to. I can go ahead and read it off for folks that don't know.
Yep.
This is one of the 3 trails that you have. Obviously, we just saw the video with the amazing facade, which again I can't say enough how amazing it looks. So excited. Now this one, I'm not sure how to pronounce. Is it Milklos? Is that the name?
Miklos, I think.
Yes, there it is.
Yes.
So the story goes the Miklos are a wealthy and eclectic aristocratic family descended from Romanian immigrants. They carry with them a secret heritage that they believe they are the direct descendants of Vlad the Impaler, which anytime you kind of bring that up, immediately I go into like, there's going to be some bloodletting. You go into vampires because that's kind of where most of that story goes, right?
Yeah.
So it goes in honor of their daughter's coming of age and to feed their hunger. They're throwing a grand ball. Their pale appearances, in contrast with their ruby red lips, along with their pointy teeth neatly filed, gives an illusion to their alleged distant vampire ancestry, which I'm a big vampire fan, so this makes me very happy. Luring guests into their cellar, they trap them and use a variety of homemade devices to siphon blood from their victims. They bottle the excess blood in vintage wine bottles. So, you can't have people being suspect, right? You can't send your local buddy go get some wine. You gotta kind of hide that down.
Yep.
Tucked away in the deepest, darkest part of the cellar is a beastly creature who feeds on the remains of the drained victims, because that's how you dispose of bodies.
Yep. Just feed to your beast animal.
Exactly. Why not, right? Now, he had a defective gene in the family line that only blood can activate, and this creature is the core of the family. So that's kind of cool. And then it ends with, will you thwart the allure, or will you become a bottled memory ready to be consumed? I love everything about that. I can't wait to see what you guys do with the bloodletting. I'm very excited to see what you guys have come up with. I'm sure it's going to be very imaginative and very fun, and yes, just all yes.
Yeah, there's going to be one room. We're calling that, well, it's kind of 2 rooms. It's the blood room, and that's going to be a pretty intense scene. So buckle up and hang on to your butts for that.
Anytime you've got blood, I'm always.
Yeah.
As soon as you say blood, I'm okay. I'm there. I'm in. You got me.
There's gonna be a lot of blood.
Now you guys you've revamped all 3 trails, so they're all different from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year that one was where Marionette of the Dead was.
Correct.
So this year now, of course, new facade, new story, new family. There's all kinds of things. I did notice one thing though.
Yeah.
What happened to Sir Henry? Is he coming back? Are we going to see him this year?
Sir Henry's will always be there. I mean, it's his name. It's an event, right?
Right.
So, yeah, he'll be hanging out. We've actually we're working on a new centerpiece. If you remember where the tree with the jack-o'-lanterns was last year, Sir Henry might have a little something to play around with in that area this year. So it's currently under construction, and I think it's going to be pretty epic once it's done.
Nice. Well, I know last year you guys had that little light show that was so pretty, and it was fun because when we went, there were a bunch of people, and there were a bunch of vloggers and stuff there too, and everybody was just kind of hanging out, waiting for that light show to pop. So it was kind of
Yeah.
fun just to watch everybody see it for the first time or see it even for the second or third time. It's such a fun, I love the sounds, the lighting in it. It was fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, we're planning to have that light show back again, but it's going to be bigger and better, just like everything else. And there's actually going to be more of a story with it this year too, so that'll be cool.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming you'll release details for that once you probably get like closer to the event.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we're a little over a month away.
Yeah, it's like 36 days or 38 days or something like that.
Who's
It's kind of
counting though?
frightening, but
I mean, you guys you've bitten off a lot, and I think that I
yeah,
saw there was a video online that a YouTuber did, Tim Tracker, where you guys had him come out and he showcased some of the areas. So it looks like you guys are pretty far in.
yeah, we have done a lot. There's still just those a little bit touches to do just to get it right over the top, but we'll be ready.
I'm excited. Now there was another. Let's see, you guys have got two more trails. So just to kind of pop these up, and then we'll go
Yeah.
over the other two trails. So we have this here Blood Masquerade, which is the one that we just talked about. We're going to get into Captain's Fury in a second, and then you also have Night Morrow. So when do you guys start planning out these themes? Are you guys thinking about this before the season even ends, or is this something that
Yeah.
like you kind of start after you're like, all right, let's take a week and just breathe for a minute?
It's a little bit of both. I knew I was going to do Captain's Fury. I had this idea back last July,
Okay.
so that's been in the works for a while now. And I actually had the idea for Blood Masquerade, um, like January of 2020, but we decided to do Marionette of the Dead instead last year, so brought that back to this year. So and it varies. And then in contrast to all that, Night Marrow, that trail we actually had an entirely different theme picked out for this season
Oh,
up until about June. And I just never felt comfortable with it, so we mixed it up. We got Night Marrow out of it, and really happy with it. I think it's going to be so. That's our main trail,
okay.
kind of the woodsy, the one all the way to the left.
Oh, that's the one
Um,
where Candy Trail was.
yeah, so
I
that was
love
Candy
that
Tree last year.
trail.
That was probably one of my favorite trails we've ever done. Candy Tree, for some reason, it was just nostalgic, vintage, like Halloween. I love that kind
It
of stuff.
it was fun. And for those of you that haven't been to Sir Henry's, Candy Trail had like little houses almost, so it
Mhm.
lended itself perfectly to what that trail was last year, and I'm excited to see the incantation of it this year.
Yeah, so Nightmare is going to be very dark and sinister.
Ah,
So a little
okay.
different feel.
I do love a good dark and sinister trail. That's for sure. Now let's talk about while we're talking about that trail, let's get into this one a little bit. So
Yeah.
just to kind of give you guys the description for this one. Night Morrow is in a small town. A cemetery worker notices graves are being dug up and left empty. After an investigation ensues, the constable discovers that the sawmill owner has been robbing graves and feasting on the bones of the deceased. There is so much you can do with that. I am excited. To add to the horror, in the basement of his home, he's building a whole throne from stolen bones. A disgusted and angry mob captures the sawmill owner and decides to hang him. In his final words, he vows to return and avenge his death. As soon as the noose drops, a flock of ravens descend upon his body and feast on his flesh. Now, every Hallows Eve, when the veil between the living and the dead is the thinnest, he rises from the depths of darkness and returns to the town. With the help of his loyal ravens, he hunts the living to exact his revenge and finish his throne. The townsfolk have taken to calling him Sidious. Will you escape Sidious, or will you become another bone on his throne? There's a lot you can do with that. I'm
Yeah.
very, very much looking forward to that trail. It sounds like that's going to be another bloody one. Lots of bones, lots of death, lots of carnage.
Yep. We've got a brand new graveyard scene in that trail this year. So
Oh.
kind of like a two-part thing. So
Okay.
that's going to be a really cool scene. And then our finale is pretty twisted in itself, and it's going to have some cool special effects in there, but also very unsettling.
Oh, okay. I'm excited. I love unsettling. That is always anytime I can go through a trail or watch a movie or anything where once it's done and I'm over it and it's it's all finished, I'm just kind of like, and I get that you get that feeling where you're just like, I don't know how I feel about it, but it's in a good way. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Where you're just
yeah,
like, I feel a bit unnerved. I'm not really sure where to go from here. Like, that's always a good thing.
yeah. That's. I hope that's how you feel after Nightmare, because it's gonna be pretty unnerving.
I'm excited. First, that trail is usually pretty, and I mean, I'm not saying dark like it's scary dark. It's
Hmm.
physically dark because
Yeah,
your trails are all outside. It's not like you're walking through a warehouse or
hmm,
anything like that. As you're out in the elements, so you've got like trees and roots and all the bugs and the
yep,
fun things. So I love the fact that that trail is A, your longest trail, and B, it's so dark and you don't know where people are hiding because you guys stick people behind trees and behind structures and in different things in different areas. So it really kind of, yeah, you're in for it either way.
yeah, yeah. We play with all of our space on that trail and throw people everywhere, up, down, sideways. Just never know.
Yeah, and it's yeah. So just when you go through that trail, keep your eyes open because they come from everywhere.
Yep.
That's I'm excited for that one. That one's gonna be awesome. Are you guys gonna keep some of the structures in there? Are you guys switching that out at all?
Yeah, so we've upgraded the facade to that trail. So there's actually now a windmill, a
Nice.
pretty big windmill, and some additional building to that facade. Change up a little bit of layout, and then like I said, we added that graveyard scene in there too this year.
Very awesome. I can't wait to see the upgrades in person. I saw some again, some from that video that Tim Tracker did, and it looked really cool. So I'm very excited to see that in person.
For sure.
You guys, you really are going all out with the building of things this year.
Yes, we are.
And you guys have done that as well with Captain's Fury. Now this one is your third trail.
Yep.
So, all right, if I'm walking to Sir Henry's, the trail to the left is going to be your Night Morrow. Your center trail is going to be your Blood Masquerade, right? And then Captain's Fury is going to be, is that the one that's going to be closest to the merch booth then?
Yeah, it's the one to the right there.
Okay, so this one, let me rattle this one off to you guys. Okay. I'm excited about all of your trails equally, but I'm a little bit more excited about Captain's Fury because from what I saw, like, I don't know if you could get any more boats, number one, because that's just like crazy, right? And the trail, the way that you guys have that set up from what I saw, looks like it's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to see it once it's ready to rock and roll. So Captain's Fury, this one goes on the outskirts of Castlemore lies a dark fishing town named Portsmouth. A young fishing captain is soon to be married to the love of his life, Abigail. But Captain, is it Willem?
Willem Jonah.
Willem Jonah is soon sent back out to sea for work when his ship falters in an unexpected nor'easter. The captain and his crew are believed to be lost at sea forever. In mourning and deep sorrow, Abigail seeks to end her suffering the only way that she can think of. She jumps to her death from the lighthouse. Her ghost is said to have been seen walking along the lighthouse balcony looking for her long lost love. Many moons later, an eerie fog rolls into Portsmouth, and soon reports of mysterious murders and tragic deaths begin to swirl. Some claim that it is the ghost of Abigail, but the old timers in the village know what the truth is. The old timers always know. You ever notice
Yeah,
that? In any
yeah,
horror movie or story, it's always the old folks that know, and it's always the young folks that don't listen to crap.
yeah. They're clueless.
Like, no, and they don't want to hear it either. They're like, you're just old.
Yeah.
You're
What do
full
you
of
know?
it. Exactly. What do you know, right? But the old timers know the truth. The captain has returned from the sea, blurring the lines between the living and the dead. Captain Jonah has come back for his love, only to learn of her tragic death. In his anger and pain, he takes his wrath out on the village who has caused him to lose everything, bringing some of his crew back from the sea with him to carry out his revenge. Who is next to join him in the watery grave? I love a good tragic story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's this is a very tragic story, but
absolutely.
like you said too, I think I'm never partial to anything that we do. I enjoy everything, but I gotta say, I had a lot of fun creating and building this trail this year, and I am looking forward probably to this one just a little more than the others.
They've all got great stories. They've all got some amazing builds. Everybody has done a fantastic job with all the work that's going into it. I'm excited to see them in completion, and Captain's Fury, I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is where we're going with it. All right, I kind of like it. So it sounds like this whole area could be towns next to each other in one state where they're just all SOL.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea how we do everything. It's our own little universe, um, in the same realm though.
Yeah, it's I'm excited. Now, you guys also have, along with the three trails, and you guys also have laser tag. You mentioned that you're bringing back, and the escape game. Now, I remember your laser tag from a couple years ago. We did it, and we had a great time. And it looks like you guys have done some revamping there too.
Yeah, so if you've been to our event before, you know that when you came right through the gates, laser tag was always to the left.
Yes.
But we've actually moved that this year, kind of behind the jack o' lantern tree. So it's going to be
Oh.
directly behind there, a new space, and we've actually opened up where the old laser tag location was for more expanded common areas. We'll have more food options and everything else over there.
Oh,
But
wow. Okay.
yeah, so we are bringing laser tag back. That's going to have a new theme this year,
Yes.
and the gameplay will be a little different. There'll be some different obstacles, and the game itself will be a little different. But so we're looking forward to that.
Now the laser tag option, that is, of course, it's a separate ticket from the trails themselves. And what is the price point on that this year?
So it's $5 a person, and that gets you one game of laser tag, which is usually about a 5 minute game.
Okay.
And those tickets have to be purchased at the event, just like the escape game tickets do.
Okay, awesome. Now you've got the escape games coming back also. Have you guys rethemed that too this year?
Yep, that is completely rethemed as well, and we're actually retheming that around our one of our common area characters. So we're hoping to announce that pretty soon, but it's going to be a pretty cool game.
You guys you're really kind of outdoing yourselves already this year with all the
It's
work
top
that
to
you've
bottom.
got. You're insane. I'm just gonna say it. You're at it.
Yeah,
You're a madman, Zach.
yeah. I won't be doing this again. This much of a renovation,
You say that
but
now, but I
yeah,
can
I say
see
that
like
now.
maybe like 5, 10 years down the road, you'll be
Yeah,
like, you know what, it's time.
yeah,
But I think, dude, I'm very excited for you guys. I can't wait to see all the work that you've done. I can't
yeah.
wait
We
to
can't wait to
experience it.
share it with everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Now you guys are doing your online ticket sales. I know.
Yep.
Are you guys doing them at the door this year, or are you sticking to online only?
We're sticking to online only.
Okay.
One because of COVID. Two, it worked out really well. Some of the things we did last year for the first time, such as time slots, we're keeping all that.
Nice.
And I think it actually helped a lot of the wait times in the queues.
Hmm.
Kind of help everybody get through a little quicker, offer a better experience. So yeah, that will be the same this year too.
Now, you mentioned the time slots, which I can appreciate because I do like when I can go and the line's not ridiculously long. And I know last year you had it set up to where you would go at your time slot. It was like a colored ticket, and
Yep.
then you had to go in a certain order. So each trail was a certain color. Are you guys doing that again also this year?
Yeah, we will be bringing that back. Feel like it helped out a lot, so expect to see that again.
It From an attendee standpoint, it felt like it controlled the crowds very well. None of the lines were too long.
Yeah.
It kept everybody was able to kind of spread out a little bit, but it kept it so
Mhm.
you weren't waiting hours just to do that one trail. And most folks I know tend to flock to either the closest one to them or the farthest
Yeah.
one. So it was kind of nice that it didn't bottleneck like that.
Yeah, and that's something we'd seen in the past too, which is also kind of why we introduced it. Like for some reason, right when the gates open, and there's peak times too.
Mm-hmm.
That people just flood to, like you said, the farthest or the closest or the most eye-catching thing they see.
Yeah.
Um, so, but yeah, it worked out great last year, so we're going to be bringing that back.
Is there a time where, like, maybe it's probably the best time to get there to experience the trails that you would recommend? So, like, if I wanted to come out on a Saturday night, is there a certain time where maybe I should get there and it's not going to be super crazy busy? Or
I
not
mean,
really, because
Saturdays
you
are
guys are always
always,
busy.
yeah. Last year was crazy, but Saturdays are always our busiest night. Um, I honestly don't think there is a good time on Saturday. Maybe like 7:30, right when we open our gates. It's pretty much dark by that point,
Mhm.
and you're one of the first people there, so you can kind of enjoy it before the mad rush comes.
Which is always nice. I like to kind of sit back. I like to get there early, do the trails, and then just kind of sit back and watch folks. Watch them as they're coming out and to see their faces or hear them screaming. Nothing makes me smile more than hearing somebody else scream. I don't know
You
what
know,
that
so
says about us, but
that's one of the best things.
I think that's why we're kind of kindred spirits there.
Yep, for sure.
Now, are you going to also have some characters out and about walking around? I know in the
Oh
past
yeah,
you usually have a few that are out there kind of hanging out, doing pictures and tormenting,
yep.
guests.
So you'll see Sir Henry out there again as always.
Nice.
Vex will be back out there. Hiram will be out there, which is our pumpkin guy.
Yes, we love
And
him.
then we'll have two new characters out there this
Okay.
year in our common area. So excited to showcase those.
Now, my husband was asking me earlier, and I told him I wasn't sure, so I feel the need to ask. Are you guys bringing Poppy back?
Poppy is not coming back this year,
Okay.
but she will. She's now in the Sir Henry universe, so
Ah.
it's only a matter of time before we see her again. But
Okay, that's good to know. I loved her. She was so
yeah,
much
she was
fun.
an awesome character for sure.
All of your walk around characters, or I don't know what the face characters, I don't know what to call them, but all of those characters that are out in that midway area that kind of walk around, they're all extremely engaging. They're all fantastic as far as keeping to that character and tormenting
Yeah.
people. Again, it's something that I love to just kind of sit back and watch.
Yeah. I'm very meticulous about who I put out there because it's like you said, that you want them to be engaging and entertaining, but at the
Mhm.
same time be able to improv with guests. It's not an easy thing to do.
And that's the thing, is some people just don't have that knack. And I'm
Yep.
not knocking anyone at all. I'm just saying, like, I'm very outgoing and I love to talk to people. I don't care who you all are. I'll strike up a
Hmm.
conversation with you in some way, shape, or form. But I have other people in my family who you can't get them to say boo. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
great that you kind of take the time and you figure out who is going to be good as far as like to be in those characters to interact with those guests, because I think that's something that a lot of guests look forward to, especially return attendees that
Oh
come
yeah.
back to the trail each year. They look for those characters to see
Hmm.
who's going to be out and who they can get like pictures with and share on social media and all of those fun things.
Yep.
Let's see. Now you guys are opening up really quickly. It's coming. You guys are opening
Yeah.
up on the first this year of October.
Yep. So we'll be open that first week in October and then run through November 6th. So even a couple chances after Halloween to come see us.
Which that's kind of the best time, right? Because a lot of people, once Halloween hits, is like the normies, they tend to kind of like, they're like, all right, Halloween's done, Christmas.
Yeah.
So for, folks like me and for other folks like you that are into Halloween, more than just that one night a year, it gives them that chance to come in and get that last little bit before, you know, the season is considered over.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're excited to offer everyone the chance to come after Halloween this year too. It's not often that we do that.
Yeah, which I'm very happy about. It gives me another reason to come out and visit and to say hi and to hear
Oh
people
yeah.
scream and have a good time.
Yep.
Now, your ticket pricing normally starts at what, 25 a person?
Yeah. So it varies by night. Starts anywhere from $25 for general admission per person. It goes up to 35, like I said, depending on the night. And that gets you into all three haunted trails.
Nice. So that gets 25 bucks and up, depending on the night, like Zach was saying. We'll get you into the three trails. Now, you guys also have plenty of parking available. If Do you guys charge for parking? Is that, I know
Park,
in the past it's
yeah.
been free. Are we still doing free parking?
Parking is still free. Yep.
Nice. Free parking is always a
Yep.
nice bonus, I think.
It is. It's the little things.
It is. It definitely is. Do you guys still have the big giant skeleton out front? Is he going to be out there
Oh
this
yeah.
year too?
That's not the only giant thing we'll have out front this year either. Um,
Oh.
I actually just got one part of a two-part prop delivered last weekend, and that's that's gonna be pretty epic.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited. You have that big
It's
smile,
a
so
new
that
addition.
tells me it's going to be
Yeah,
good.
it's a new addition for the main gate,
Okay.
and it's big. It's big.
Yay! Well, I look forward to
So much
checking that
fun
out.
stuff out there this year. Yeah.
You guys are, again, I don't know where your insanity is coming from, but I like it. I like it. It's all kinds of good stuff. Now, are you guys doing anything special this year? Are you guys doing any type of like lights off or anything like that happening?
Yeah, so I don't think we'll be doing any kind of lights off. Um, we're doing in front of the line passes again this year. We didn't do them
Nice.
last year just because of COVID, but we feel like we'll be able to offer them now that we kind of know how everything works. So that'll be in place this year. And with those front of the line passes, it gets you unlimited general admission um,
Oh,
to entries to so you could go through each haunted house multiple times through the general admission.
oh,
And then you
okay.
do have that one front of the line access for each house. But we are trying to do something towards the end of the month, that last weekend of October. That'll be kind of like a special night or something. So
Okay.
still in the planning phase for that. So keep an eye on our Facebook and social media pages for that.
Gotcha. Now, I was actually I'm glad that you brought up the multiple time thing. If I were to come and buy a ticket, am I able to go through the trails multiple times, or does each ticket allow you to go through one time?
So if you just get general, you can only go through once.
Okay.
But if, like I said, if you got that front of the line pass, you can do front of the line one time each trail, and then you can go through unlimited through general admission.
Oh, that's really cool. See, I like that. I like the option to be able to go through multiple times. So it's great that you guys have that type of pass
Yeah.
available.
And our front of the line tickets usually pretty much just a $10 upgrade
That's
from
not
our
bad.
general admission ticket, so it's not bad at all.
No, that's pretty good. I've seen some places charge a lot more than
Yeah,
that. So $10 is that's it's kind of nothing if you compare it to like a big theme park or
yeah,
somewhere else that maybe does that. So that's really reasonable. Now you guys are super easy to find.
yep.
Like if somebody misses you, I don't know how they're doing it because you guys are right off of I-4 in Plant City. Let's pop this map up here real quick. So as you're driving down I-4, there is a sign, there is a billboard out there for Sir Henry's Haunted Trail,
Yep.
which you can't miss it, and it's super easy. So once you get off the I-4 exit, it's literally right there. It's
Yep, we are right off of exit 22, stone throw away from I-4. You can see it from our location.
and if you're hungry, you guys are gonna have food there this year. You mentioned, correct?
Yeah, so I was actually finalizing a lot of that today.
Nice.
I'll just go ahead and announce it. We're going to have Smitty's corn dogs out there this year. So if
Ooh.
you've ever been to the Strawberry Festival, they're kind of a staple in the Hillsborough County area.
Okay.
They make the best uh, corn dogs you'll ever eat. So that's exciting. We have a lot of other cool stuff that's going to be happening too with our concessions. So there'll be more options this year for sure.
I'm very excited. You guys, I know in the past you guys have had like snow cones and fun things like
Yeah,
that, but I love a good corn dog, so that makes me very happy.
it's definitely one of the best.
Now, are you guys? I'm assuming you guys are also going to have your merch booth out there this year.
Yep. Yep. So we'll have that. We'll have our 2021 Sir Henry shirts as
Nice.
well as all kinds of different knickknacks. Looking to introduce some new merchandise as well. Probably have
Okay.
some shot glasses. Going to try to do hats this year.
Nice.
We have some sweatshirts too. So all kinds of cool stuff.
Now, just to kind of show folks at home, this is your shirt from last year.
Oh yeah.
Let me fit in front there. So it's got Sir Henry's on the front, and then the back, I don't know if you guys can see that, has the trail names listed,
Yep.
which is kind
That's
of
all.
fun because
Yep.
it gives you that option to, buy the shirt each year. It's always something different as far as, what the trails are, which is a lot of fun. Are you guys doing like sweatshirts and sweaters and stuff too, or are you just keeping with
Yeah.
the t-shirts?
I'm pretty sure we had sweatshirts and hoodies out there last year too. So
Yeah.
that'll definitely we'll have those again this year too.
Yay! I love it. My shirt collection is ridiculous, so I love the fact that I can add to it and it's something different. So that, I mean, I would buy
Yeah,
the same shirt again. Let's be honest. I've done it in the past. I would do it again, but it kind of makes it's nice that it's slightly different. So that I'm like,
yeah,
okay, well, which one can I rock today?
yep. We'll definitely have a brand new shirt featuring our new logo this year too. So
Yes, which you guys have changed that. Let's pop that up here. Well, it's part of the new logo. You guys have
yeah,
done a little bit of revamping, which I do enjoy. I am a fan of it. I think it was very well done.
thanks. Yeah, shout out to Chad Savage who designed that logo.
Nice. Good job, Chad. Came out awesome. Well done, sir. So I'm excited to see the new shirts so then I can get my current upgrade with my current Sir
Yep.
Henry's shirt going on there. That's awesome. Now, you guys, just so that folks know and to remind everybody, it is an outside trail.
Mhm.
Don't come in your stilettos. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
you can. It's I
People have
don't
done it
I
before.
don't recommend it.
Don't recommend it.
You're gonna sink, and people are probably gonna point and laugh.
Yeah, I
Me,
mean, Sir Henry will definitely point and laugh.
I would point and laugh too. Let's
Yeah,
be honest. I would be standing next to Sir Henry, just going, "Ha ha! That's what you get." So yeah, make sure you're comfortable. I tend to bring bug spray when I know I'm going to an outdoor
mhm.
trail. I know you guys you don't have like a huge, like, I've never been bitten out there or had any
It's not.
issues.
Yeah, it's not crazy, crazy. I mean, it's Florida. There's going to be bugs,
Yeah.
but yeah, in the past, pre-COVID, we usually offered. We had some bug spray at the gift shop, or not the gift shop, the ticket booth
Yeah.
counter. That we just kind of complimentary, but now with COVID, it's a little different.
Bring
So
your own, people. It's not
yeah,
that much. Get it from CVS.
yeah.
It's cheap. Do you guys also, if it's raining out, are you guys going to continue to operate? I know sometimes it gets a little muddy depending on how hard
Yeah.
it's raining.
So light to moderate rain, will stay open.
Okay.
Anything heavy downpours, their water standing, we'll close it. And for if you had tickets that night, we'll honor those tickets any other night we're open.
Okay, that's well. I was gonna ask you, how does that work? So, like, if I buy tickets and I want to come tomorrow, and it monsoons, and you guys are like not happening, do I
Yep.
just get to? Do I have to tell you what day, or do I just show up for that day with my original ticket time?
Usually, what we ask is that you reach out and contact us, and then let us know what day you prefer to come, and
Okay.
we can get you set up for that.
Okay.
But worst case, if you show up, we're gonna get you in
Yeah.
as long as you have those tickets.
Perfect. Now, are you? I know, and again, this goes back to you guys are in the woods. It's not like you're on concrete or anything. How accessible is it if someone were to want to go through with a wheelchair?
Yeah, so we can accommodate a wheelchair,
Okay.
but like you said, because it is dirt, because there's sandy areas, it is difficult for a conventional wheelchair. The power wheelchairs, they usually actually get through really really well,
Okay.
but there's ample space. There's no tight space or no claustrophobia bags they're gonna get caught up in or anything like that. So
Okay. So it's good to know then. So if you're rocking the manual, maybe have somebody with a little extra muscle kind of help you out to get you through some
and
of those
usually,
spots.
if we see somebody going through like that, we'll send a staff person over to kind of walk through with them
Okay.
and make sure they have the best experience possible because that's what it's about.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes me so happy too. I appreciate you guys doing that. I am not in that situation, but I have friends that are, so I
Yeah,
appreciate that you guys, you take that into account.
yeah, we look out for everybody.
Oh, that's awesome. Now I know the world is a weird place right now, and I'm not gonna say like everything's gonna be cool in a month because we're in Florida and Florida's being Florida.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about, or are you guys looking at doing any type of like precautionary type things? Like, are you looking at spacing maybe the lines out when people are waiting to go through, or anything
Yeah,
like that?
so it's weird, like you said. Last year we did pretty much everything to the extreme as far as social distancing, time slots, mandating masks, the whole nine yards. Um, we're in a little bit different situation this year than we were a year ago. Now that we have the vaccine and everything, but the COVID is still out there and it's flaring up a lot right now.
Yeah.
So it might look different a month from now, or it might continue to be the way it is. Either way, we're going to be prepared, and we'll do everything we need to do to make sure our guests are safe. Um, I can say right now that we'll probably end up just spacing the lines out just to kind of keep everybody comfortable. Um, we'll probably end up recommending that you wear a mask if you're not vaccinating, or even if you are vaccinated, we'll probably still recommend that you wear a mask. Um, we will probably not be mandating it as much as we were last year,
Right.
but we're still going to keep everybody safe, and we'll still do all the stuff on the back end of that with our people and our actors to keep everybody safe as well.
And I mean, I went out to you guys. I was out there a couple times last year,
Yeah,
and you guys did such a great job at making folks feel comfortable, and you made the environment feel like it was safe between the time ticketing and then the spacing in the line, that you guys had everybody separate, and then just making sure that everybody was kind of doing what they were supposed to do. And your staff was amazing. Like
yeah,
we had an issue because it happens, and kids are kids. They get excited and they want to like get all up on you, and I had to kind of mom
yeah,
somebody. I went into mom voice a little bit, but like your staff was like, they were on it before I could even finish my sentence. So I was like,
yeah.
dude, like they were just great. So thank you. I didn't get a chance to properly say thank you guys for being as amazing as you were last year. So I've got no doubt that you guys are gonna keep that in mind, depending, of course, what happens a month
Right.
from today. But I had a few people go, well, how are you doing? Why are you doing haunts? I don't understand. Things are crazy. And I was like, the few that were open that we did go to did things to where it made you feel comfortable and where you felt safe and you didn't feel like craziness was going to ensue. So
Yeah.
huge heartfelt thank you to you guys for doing that.
Yeah, our staff did an incredible job last year, and not just making people feel safe, but even with everything else going on, they made it feel normal almost.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of forgot that you were having to do all these extra things.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did a phenomenal job.
Oh, absolutely. And everybody, they were still screaming. So
Oh yeah,
I was
yeah,
happy, So it was awesome. So again, big thank you to you and big props and thank you to the staff for that. Um, you guys were awesome, and I'm sure, will continue to be. But the trail isn't the only thing that you guys have going on.
yeah. We've got something else
There's
being
some,
cooked up this year.
yeah, let's talk about that. There's a
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
When did this happen? How did this happen? First of all, I need details. Secondly, just to kind of show you guys what we're talking about here, got a book coming out.
Yeah, so Sir Henry's Haunted Tales that drops, I'm pretty sure, a week from today on September 1st. You'll be able to order that on Amazon, and we'll have links on our website and Facebook pages for all that stuff. So yeah, this was a cool little project. Amanda and Brad, they've been coming to our event since 2019. Huge fans of our event, um, and they approached me after our Valentine's Day event and said, "Hey, we've got this to do a book about Sir Henry's and its characters." Um, and I was like, "Yes, I want to do this. This is something I've been wanting to do um, for quite some time to kind of grow and expand the universe." And so we started talking. I had some conversations with them about the history of Sir Henry's, what the universe looked like in my head, and then pretty much just let them do their thing. And they both have writing backgrounds,
Okay.
which was awesome. And it was a leap of faith. I'm not gonna lie, when trusting them with my babies.
I was gonna say those
But
are like your children. That had to
yeah,
have been a little nerve wracking initially to be like, you can hold the newborn baby,
yeah.
but I need it back.
But yeah, I can honestly say they knocked it out of the park. The stories and everything they came up with um, was as close to what I would imagine, I think, as anybody could ever do it. And I don't say that lightly. So they did an absolutely incredible job. It's like a 150, 160 page book.
Okay.
Um, it's got some cool stories. The ending's pretty kick butt. And hopefully we get a good response from this, and there'll be more because there's a lot of cool other stuff I know they want to do, and we hope to keep working with them in the future too. And they're awesome people. So
Now, are you guys also going to have this available at your merch booth, or is this going to be more of like an online exclusive thing only?
Yeah, so they'll actually be there the first weekend of our event doing an exclusive book signing.
Oh,
So you can order, you'll be able to purchase a signed autographed copy um, by them and possibly Sir Henry. And then we'll have some at our merch booth until they sell out.
okay.
Um, so yeah.
So if you guys do sell out, you can always go online and buy a copy there. And I noticed that you guys also have your shirts online. So if I wanted to go get a shirt
Yeah.
today, I could, correct?
Yeah, not just the shirt from last year. I'm pretty sure all of our archive
Mm-hmm.
shirts are on there from every season we've ever had shirts.
Oh
So
yeah. So if
that's
you're
always
missing a
available on our
shirt,
website.
get on there and complete that collection.
Yep.
That's I'm so excited for. I love a good story, and I've been reading a lot lately. Like I don't want to say too much, but it kind of feels like too much because my nose is like in my book when I'm not working, and I feel bad for my husband because I love him to death, but I'm kind of ignoring him and reading a lot. Um, so I'm very excited that you guys have this book coming out, and I can't wait to read the stories and just to kind of check it out and to get a better peek into the Sir Henry's universe.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome what they did with it, and yeah, it's you're gonna enjoy it.
Is that something that you had wanted to do long term? Is to actually have a book with some of the stories?
Oh yeah, absolutely. For me, the end all goal has never been just having a haunted trail.
Mm-hmm.
It's about growing my Mickey Mouse character of Sir Henry, and so this is just the next step in that journey.
That's awesome. Do you have another step that you want to get to?
Oh, there's many other steps. So that's kind of what I want to focus on in 2022. Now that we've kind of done a lot of the renovations and changes of the event, I want to focus on doing some other stuff as well. So stay tuned for that.
Nice. Now, I do have a question. I just thought about this. With all the renovations that you guys have done with all the sets and everything out, have you thought about offering people to do like any type of photo shoots or renting the space out?
Yeah, that's for sure on the table, and I hope that once the word gets out about like the new mansion or the whole boardwalk scene we've done,
So pretty.
that people reach out and want to shoot some because there's some awesome shots and video stuff you can get out there now.
Yeah, especially with the different scenes and all the different
Mhm.
things and upgrades that you guys have done to it. It's I'm so excited for you. It's ridiculous. It's not even my baby, and I'm just like, look at this. Look at what they're doing. This is gonna be awesome. So I'm just so excited for you guys
Thank you.
and the staff and the family. So you normally have a lot of the family out there. Can we expect to see them this year?
Oh yeah, yep.
Nice.
My family's very involved, from my wife to my parents to my grandparents. It's the epitome of a family-run business.
See, I love that. And I think that's what a part of the big appeal for me with a lot of the independent haunts is that it's mostly family run,
Mhm.
right? So you get that family feel when you go to them, even though their trails may be a little unsettling in the best possible way.
Yep.
It's nice to know that you're supporting a local family that actually, lives in that town and isn't just a big corporation clamoring for that next big buck. Is they're actually doing it because they have that deep-seated love for it.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what we do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight and sharing with me all the fun new information. I'm excited. I want to urge people to go to the website. Have you guys started selling your tickets yet?
Yeah, so they went on sale a couple weeks ago. If you go on our website, our homepage, and you sign up for our email list, you can actually get exclusive savings that
Ah,
we send out every now and then. So you can do
okay. Now I got two more questions for you.
that.
They're important questions. I think they're important questions. Most people probably don't, but who cares what they think? Do you have a favorite scary movie? It can be something like new or something maybe old or maybe something that you first, decided like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I got me into the horror thing.
So my favorite horror movie has to be Halloween. That's just quintessential vintage serial killer classic scary Halloween.
I'm assuming you're talking about the original
Yeah,
John Carpenter, right?
1978. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, John Carpenter. So that's my go-to. But nothing, something dear and close to my heart as well as Hocus Pocus. I love me some Hocus Pocus. Um,
They're yeah, yeah, they're both great movies. Halloween, of course, is the more adult movie, if you
mhm.
will, but Hocus Pocus is definitely one that's great for any age, really.
Yep,
Which I'm very excited. I saw Spooky Empire just announced that Kathy Najimy, the girl that
I saw
plays
that.
Mary
Yep,
Sanderson, is going to be at their event this year, which makes me excited because I love
it's
her.
exciting.
I costume as the witches from Hocus Pocus, and Mary is my character, so I was very
Oh, nice.
excited. I was like, yes.
That's cool.
She's awesome. So those are great choices. I love that you have that like that family friendly choice, and then you have that like good old fashioned slasher choice.
Gotta have both.
I agree. Oh, I completely agree. Now I gotta ask you, and I started asking people this one recently, and I get some weird answers. I had somebody tell me that a hot dog was their favorite, which was an interesting story. So I gotta
Mhm.
ask you, do you have a favorite Halloween candy?
That's a tough one. I love candy. I've got a bad obsession with candy. But my go-to is Skittles, no matter the holiday.
Oh,
I love my
okay.
Skittles.
Okay. See, that's good. Some people are chocolate people. Some people are like nutty people. You're a Skittles guy.
Yep.
Should have known. Something about those sugary covered. Now, are you regular Skittles or do you go for like the fancy flavored Skittles when they decide to do the weird thing and mix them all up?
I'm definitely a wild berry Skittle person. Purple bag. I tried the zombie ones they came out with. Those were kind of gross.
Yeah, they weren't
Those
they weren't
those were
good.
nasty. I don't know what that was about. um, and they have like smoothie flavored Skittles now, and I've not tried those. I will not try those. But
They
I
went
stick to the
weird.
classics. Yeah.
They went weird with them. So what I'm hearing is if someone wants to get on your good side is they show up and they bring you a giant bag of of those purple Skittles.
Yeah. Absolutely. I will. You will make my day.
And sounds like a good bribe if there ever was one.
Oh yes.
I do have one more question coming in from the chat, and this is a good one too. Do you
Yeah.
guys offer or do any type of an annual pass?
Yeah. So we have in the past. We didn't last year, but we are bringing that back this year.
Awesome.
We're doing a season pass. I think it's $99, and you could come to the event every night of the year if you wanted to. But it
Nice.
has to be purchased on site at the event.
Okay. So you guys, are those the only ones that you guys are selling on site at the event, aside from the escape game and the laser tag?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So, and if you go 4 times, boom, it's paid for
Yeah.
itself, and you're good to go. See, I like that. I like the fact that you guys have that option to save money and to enable it so that like I could come out there a bunch if I wanted to.
Yeah, and then we have so many people that come out multiple times. It's nice for them to have that option.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate you chatting with us and giving us some info on the new trails. I'm very excited to see the revamps that you guys have done and to experience these new stories.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having us on. We love your show,
Oh,
Erica.
thank you. And don't forget, guys, follow Sir Henry's Haunted Trail on Instagram, on Facebook. Are you guys on Twitter?
We're not on Twitter,
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Perfect. Yes, get that YouTube subscription because that's where you
Yep.
guys normally drop like all of your fun trailers and
Yep.
all kinds of goodies. So make sure that you're following them on all their social media platforms. All right. Thank you so much for joining us again, Zach. I appreciate you, and I will talk with you soon.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. And before we go, boys and girls, just a quick little update for you. On October 16th, we are teaming up with our friends from Prometheus Esoterica. We are hosting a charity pumpkin patch. Buy a pumpkin and help a critter out. So October 16th and 17th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'll be out there on October 16th selling pumpkins. We're going to be hawking them to you. So come on out, buy a pumpkin. 100% of those proceeds are going to go to Back to Nature Wildlife Refugee. It is a local wildlife refugee here in Florida. Check them out on www.btnwildlife.org. Make sure that you're following us and Prometheus Esoterica on all of our social media. Make sure that you're also following Golden Tarot Ink Club. They're participating in this as well. Great cause. Help the animals. Buy a pumpkin. Come see us. It's going to be a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Till next time, boys and girls, make sure you keep it spooky.